Hi there, Aquarius. Healing Grasshopper here to do your second week in January reading, the 9th to the 16th. The Tower. Both of these are not reversed. Not reversed. Okay, I like this a lot. Aquarius, this is something that's going to happen beyond your control that is like disruptive and surprising. Um, that ends difficulty. So this could be like, this is an extreme example. Okay. So I'm not talking about uh, you guys. It could be maybe one or two of you might have come to mind because of that, but um, don't take it if it doesn't resonate. Um, this could be like an abused person who all of a sudden, like someone calls the cops, and the cops come along and shut it down and takes your abuser away. Um, you know, but like in a shocking way, like your abuser is caught off guard, didn't know the cops were coming, obviously, and everything they like break down the door or whatever, and you're like, oh, what? And poof, it's fixed. That's what this is talking about. And that can happen there can be a million variations of what this means in each individual life. But it can mean like if you have a 9 to 5 too, like um, you can have some low vibrational or toxic people in your workplace, and finally the bosses and your higher ups catch on to what's going on, and they shut it down and fire the culprits, which ends difficulty for you, that kind of thing. What else we got, Spirit? Hmm, cards aren't coming out very easily. Ooh, the moon. Okay, so we have uncertainty. This is a lack of clarity. So the moon is not surprising to see after this kind of energy. You know, being caught off guard and things changing pretty drastically, and you're like, now what? What happened? What's going to happen? What? Um, so this seems like very bleak and negative, but this is actually positive. And by the way, I am a Capricorn sun, okay? So you can be assured that I am not the type of reader that tries to sugarcoat everything. You know, if things are going to be especially difficult, I am going to tell you, yeah, this is not difficulty. This is actually happening for the greater good. but it's going to kind of muddle your outlook on things like, I don't know how to deal with this, what's happening. It's fine. It's going to right itself. The moon is also a call for intuition. You know, there needs to be less thinking here and more feeling your way through things. Because the moon creates a distorted atmosphere. Things aren't quite clear. So we can't use our intellect to navigate through this. We've got to use our third eye instead of our physical eyes. Where else was that there? Queen of Swords. You see, Queen of Swords is about eliminating things that don't serve you. And it came out right under this tower. So this tower is here to rid you of problem. Sometimes the universe will come in and demolish things that aren't supposed to be there for you. The other caveat with this combination is be sure that you are not overlooking red flags with things. Because the caveat with the tower can sometimes be um, if you don't take care of it, the universe will, and you're not going to like it, you know? So be sure to address it yourself. There's somewhat of that here. Like, I have to offer that with this. Um, but at any rate, the universe is stepping in to assist you here. But you can't sit back and expect the universe to do everything. You've got to meet the universe halfway. You've got to be vigilant in your life, vigilance, right? Because things aren't as they seem. So you have got to have like a heightened sense of awareness in this week. You've got to pay attention to people's actions, motivations, you know. We're not going to be rushing through things in this week. We're going to be reading the fine print and rereading things and being careful through this week because not everything is going to be straightforward and easily seen. Yeah, you see? Two of Swords. This is a card of, excuse me, this is a card of not knowing, of being overwhelmed, like, I don't know how to deal with this. And this has the same message as the moon over here, where this guy, oh, look at that, and my eye went straight up to the moon up here. This guy is blindfolded. So because he is blindfolded, he is at a halt here. Things are at a standstill because he doesn't know what to do. If he used his connection with spirit and his intuition, he would know very well what to do, right? And this is the same message of the moon over here. So you see how this is developing here? Oh, this is not okay. Lovely. Ten of Cups. Okay. So this is Spirit saying, listen, don't panic. This is Spirit really speaking to you in the moment, right? Because a lot of the time, our readings, it can be talking about the past or the future, but this is Spirit saying, right now in the moment, don't panic. Don't feel like this is a bad reading because what they're telling you is for the greater good. You'll be better for it in the end. This is not going to be a bad week, guys. What else? Okay. The Eight of Swords, not reversed. The Eight of Swords is about um, reacting to an illusion. So, under the Queen of Swords, this is like, I told you to be vigilant, right? But we're not going to be reactive because it's a waste of energy. Um, because the negative side of the Queen of Swords is that she can be overly pessimistic and overly reactive and defensive, which really doesn't serve anyone, right? So that's what this is. This is like, yes, be vigilant, but don't overdo it and don't be defensive. Assess each thing accordingly as it comes, and don't place a blanket attitude over everything. What else we got? One more. The Four of Cups is a certain point in this week. You're going to be fed up. This is sick and tired. Dissatisfaction. Uh-huh. Look. Excuse me. Let me get a sip of water. Oh, ice water is life. Okay. Okay. Yes. Oh my God, I love this so much. Okay. Disgruntled here. Not happy. I just heard people, when it came out, I heard people. Um, People are going to disappoint you in this week. There are going to be some people, Aquarius, that you really thought you knew them, but they're going to display behaviors that are really going to disappoint you. And I dare say it's going to end your desire to be acquainted with them, right? This is like someone that you somewhat recently met that you're like, oh, I love this person. This person, they're so awesome. They're smart. They're, all these positive things, and you're looking forward to growing a relationship with this person. Um, but you're going to, they're going to display some behaviors that you don't approve of, or that pisses you off in some way. That's going to make you no longer want to be friends with them anymore. Um, the other thing is, for some of you, this is also saying don't allow this tower energy in this week change your outlook, like change your mood, right? You've 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 got to remind yourself, and this is something that I have to remind myself of all the time because I am a Capricorn sun, and there's always difficult things being thrown at me. So I really have to manage them emotionally, and I can't let it all upset me, right? So this is like, you have to remind yourself that when you come across adversity, that it is ultimately for the greater good. And that you're not going to understand what that greater good is in the moment, because, like that Christian cliche, uh, God works in mysterious ways, right? We don't necessarily understand everything that's happening to us all the time, but we have to remind ourselves that it's happening for a reason. So instead of wasting our energy on being disgruntled, we need to look around us and try and assess what it is that the universe is trying to teach us, instead of being like, no, hmm, why did this happen to me? You know, that is an attitude that I naturally fall into all the time. And I have to go in and manually, you know, disconnect that. So that's what that's talking about. The Seven of Wands is, and see how the Seven of Wands is coming out under the Ten of Cups, right? Here's the in your reading, the greater good card, like everything's fine, everything's, you're moving towards good things. This is, there's nothing, there's another Christian cliche for you. There's nothing that God um hands you that you can't handle, is what this is saying. This guy's got a lot to deal with here, but he's not in trouble. He's not overwhelmed. He's dealing with things just fine. And he's got plenty of energy and, and motivation and enthusiasm and strength behind him to take care of things. And he's got this face on like, grr, he's all right. This is you. When you're feeling like this, like, oh, everything happens to me, why is this happening? It's terrible. This is like, you'll get through it, you're fine. Ace of Wands is reminding you that you are not alone. Here you are with your wand, and here is Spirit with their wand in the trenches helping you. So when you have that everything happens to me feeling, um, you're going to remind yourself of what I was talking about, of going in manually, right? And undoing the negativity. But you're also going to remind yourself that Spirit is here helping me, and all I have to do is unburden myself with Spirit. Tell Spirit, I feel overwhelmed, I'm anxious, I'm angry, whatever it is. I don't like this. This is not what I want for myself. Um, That doesn't necessarily mean that poof, things are going to fix and go away, but um, you are inviting Spirit to come in and help you. which is very important because we have free will, right? So, but you might say, but Grasshopper, you said over here that the universe is coming in and creating things for us. Yes, the universe will create the atmosphere, right? And create some things in our life to divert us towards uh, what the universe wants us to be pointed to. This is likened to the weather that we can't control, but we can control whether we grab our umbrella. That's you know. But the other thing is, this is like having a problem and getting on the phone and calling help for someone to come and help you. You see, you have to ask for it. Um, and your spirit guides are happy to do what they can within the laws of the universe to help you. Okay? So there's no clarification. That was a pretty straightforward message, but can we do an advice card? Yeah, higher self. Listen. Any other decks? One card. All right, you got one card coming. Wait, what is this? Not this one. This is just accidentally upright. In the deck. This one. What did I just say about you? Um, is this one? Is this one ours too? What did I just say about you are not alone? You are not alone. Okay. So the conclusion is, Aquarius, that this is not a dud of a week. It may have its challenges, but you are pointed towards improvement. We are in an astrological supportive atmosphere because it was somewhat destructive in the past 21 years. Well, 20 years before 2025, and then transition in 2025. But anyway, we're really moving into that supportive energy. So, but supportive energy doesn't necessarily mean that things are perfect all the time. Some of that is uh, feels adverse because there's a removal. Okay, but this is the universe working in your favor. You're fine. Okay, Aquarius, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I love hearing from my viewers in the comment section, and I answer every single one of you with glee. It really uplifts me and, you know, just lifts my spirits when I hear from you guys because it's difficult being a small content creator. The algorithm is not kind to us, and, you know, the one remedy, an antidote for that is hearing from you guys because I really feel like I am connecting with people. So talk to me. Tell me what's on your mind. Don't hold back because I'll be there to answer you, okay? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Um, even if you think you're subscribed, have a look anyway because you might be surprised to see that you're not subscribed. So go ahead and click. It is a very quick gesture, costs you nothing, and really does help the channel out a lot. So I thank you in advance. Don't forget to click the notification bell because there are a whole lot of videos coming. Um, and don't forget to check out, if you haven't seen it already, the yearly, the monthly, and last week. Um, and look out for what's coming because there's like timeless uh, weeklies, some astrological readings, lots of goodies. Um, if you're really inclined to help me out this channel, what would really be great is if you would have a look at the playlist section. I have tons of playlists made for you. There's an Aquarius playlist. Choose one, set it to uh, autoplay, and have it on as background noise as you go about your daily tasks, even as you're sleeping and winding down. Um, because watch hours are everything to help the channel grow. Okay, and I can really use the help. So thank you so much. I will speak to you soon, Aquarius. Love, light, and many blessings.